channel. Today's video I'm going to be giving you my 24 to 25 week update. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think the last one I did may have been like 18 to 19 weeks. I'm not exactly sure, but there hasn't been a whole lot to update you guys on until now, so that's kind of why I've waited to do this. I've got my decaf coffee here, so let's go ahead and get started. So basically, I guess the first thing I need to address is the thumbnail of this video. And I decided to title this that the mom guilt is already starting because I'm a big time worrier. I always have been. All through my life I've been a huge worrier, and there's a lot I could talk about involving that, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. But basically what happened is I accidentally used a essential oil that is not labeled as pregnancy safe. And all I did was put it in a diffuser, and they say that diffusing it is probably a lot less problematic because it's so diluted in water vapor. But I did not know that you were not supposed to use cinnamon, rosemary, or I think it's called cassia, and all three of those were in this essential oil that I diffused. And I feel so stupid for just not researching that and looking into that. I feel like a terrible mother, like I'm doing a terrible job at being pregnant. And I've done this, you know, a couple of times during this pregnancy, just feeling like I'm not doing a good job, and I'll do something and then I wonder, was that safe for the baby? And then I'll Google it, and I'm pretty convinced that Google is the underworld. But I'll Google it and all this information pops up about, oh no, you shouldn't do that, this is what can happen, this is, you know, yada 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 yada. And it just goes on and on and on, and I fall down this hole of, oh my gosh, I've hurt my child and I'm the worst mother in the whole world, and it's just not good. And I know that probably stressing out about it is probably so much worse for the baby than anything that I have done this whole pregnancy. And you know, my husband just tells me, just calm down. Like, you need to just calm down and relax. You've done everything you know how to do. And the thing is, I know that, you know, a lot of people have a lot of opinions on what you're supposed to do during pregnancy and what you're not supposed to do during pregnancy. And like, the rules have changed a lot since my mom was pregnant, because she had never been told that you weren't supposed to eat lunch meat when you're pregnant. She'd never heard of that before. So I know things have changed a lot, and I actually ran across a blog post where a bunch of women were talking about what they did when they were pregnant, and like, most of them said that they like drank alcohol and smoked while they were pregnant, which, you know, we all know that's a big no. But that their children turned out fine. And I'm like, some people can literally follow every single rule and something bad can happen. And then some people go out and drink alcohol and do drugs and their babies are fine. It's just, it's so, I feel like it's so out of my control, but at the same time I'm trying to control it. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, but it just makes me feel so bad. It makes me feel like a terrible mother because I used this essential oil that was not safe for pregnancy. And then I went as far as to email the essential oil company and ask them, do you think this is, you know, the limited exposure that I had to it, do you think it's a problem? They didn't seem to think it was a problem because I diffused it and didn't actually use it for topical purposes. And then I actually reached out to my doctor as well, which I haven't heard from them yet. But just I don't know, guys. Like, I'm wondering if I'm going to be calmer when the baby is actually here, because right now I feel like because he's inside and I can't see him, I feel like because he's on the inside and I can't see him, that's why I worry about him so much. And the fact that everything I do can affect him, everything I ingest or am exposed to or inhale can affect him, and it's just, there's so much to it, and you know, it's kind of overwhelming. So I wonder, you know, when he comes, am I going to have this same kind of anxiety? Am I going to be, you know, worried about every little thing? My mom seems to think that I will be, because that's just how I am. I worry. My light is going in and out, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyways, I know I'll probably have a whole new set of worries when he's born and when he's here. You know, I'll worry if he's eating enough, if he's pooping enough, you know, I'm sure there's a whole new set of worries. And I don't really know why I wanted to talk about this today, but I just felt like I wanted to talk about it because it's what's going on. And I feel like, you know, maybe, you know, others in the mom community have experienced this same kind of paranoia, or, you know, maybe there's other pregnant women out there that are going through kind of the same thing. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to talk about it on this video because it's the reality of what I'm going through right now. So that's where we are with that. But other than that, and the thing is, like, all my doctor's appointments, like all my blood work and everything that they've done, I did not do genetic testing because we decided not to do that, but like all of my blood work has been good. All of the, you know, the heartbeat has been fine. The ultrasound was great. They say that everything looks right on track. They're not finding any problems or complications. You know, I am very blessed that I am a very healthy person anyway. Like, I don't have health problems or complications. I have no history in my family of problems while carrying, and I'm very thankful for that because that does reassure me a little bit. But as far as what the doctor tells me, everything's perfectly fine. So I'm just really, you know, I pray and ask the Lord to just calm me down and help me to just trust that everything's going to be okay, because I know ultimately it's in His hands. Like I said, you know, some women can do everything right and something happens, and it's just all in His hands anyway. And I'm not a controlling person, but some aspects of my life I feel like I need to control, and this is one of those times where I feel like I need to control this and I can control this, but ultimately I can't, and that's kind of hard for me. Let's go ahead and talk about symptoms. I'm going to give you guys a look at what my belly looks like, and we'll talk about all the fun stuff. So I'm 24, almost 25 weeks. The baby has started moving a lot. I think I mentioned in my last, I think it was in the pregnancy Q&A, that I had anterior placenta, so my placenta was on the front. So I wasn't feeling as much movement as most people do at the point that I was in. But he's gotten to where he has gotten, I don't know if he's gotten stronger or if the placenta has moved up, but he's very wiggly. He's very active, and so I have gotten to feel him a lot, which I love, feeling the baby movements. I would say that's like one of my favorite things about being pregnant, is being able to feel him kick and like move around and wiggle in there. And he's definitely a wiggle worm. I told him he's just like his daddy, because Brennan cannot hold still for nothing. So he's just like his daddy in that way, but he likes to move from side to side. And I don't know, I think maybe he's like laying like this and like kicking both his arms and his legs, because sometimes I feel him on both sides at the same time. But actually, Saturday or Sunday was the first time I actually saw my stomach move. Up until then, it was just like I could feel it on the inside, or like if I put my hand there, but I couldn't actually see it. But now I'm starting to be able to see him, like see my stomach move, which is, it's weird, but it's also really cool. Like, I don't know, that's just one of my favorite things about being pregnant, is feeling and seeing the movements. I love that so much. Well, I'm now at the point in pregnancy where I feel like I'm hungry all the time, and I know it's just gonna get worse as time goes by and as I get bigger, because the baby is taking all of the food very quickly. Plus he's a boy, so he probably takes a lot. So I'm hungry all the time. Sunday, I felt like I was going to eat myself to death, but I was just constantly hungry. Like, I could not stop being hungry. So I went to the grocery store and tried to get some semi-healthy snacks, because I can't just sit around the house and eat potato chips all day. As much as I'd like to, and as good as that sounds, I can't do that. So I've been trying to snack on better things like vegetables and fruits and things like that. But yeah, I'm hungry all the time. My number one craving is still chocolate, and that's been coming in strong. So that's as far as the cravings go. You know, they're still kind of all over the place, but what I want more than anything most of the time is chocolate. So I have been indulging in some chocolate, which I had to pull back a couple of days ago because I had some breakouts. But chocolate is my number one go-to. Another thing that I was really having trouble with is leg cramps at night. Oh my gosh, I could not sleep because my hips and my legs were hurting so bad at night, and then my back would hurt, and it was just not fun. Not fun at all. And I guess it's just from where I'm laying down, like the blood flow is not circulating because belly is pulling on the side. I'm not sure how all that works, but I'm sure it had to do with blood flow. My doctor recommended eating more potassium. She said not to eat bananas because bananas cause a lot of weight gain, but she told me to eat avocados, kiwis, and she also said I could take a magnesium supplement, which I haven't done. I've been eating avocados though, and that does seem to help. Another thing that really helped is a friend of mine actually let me borrow her pregnancy pillow, which it's like the big one. I would show you guys. It's down here at my feet, but it's like really, really big. It looks like a giant tooth, but it helps so much. Pregnancy pillow is like a miracle worker. Like the first night that I slept on the pregnancy pillow, I slept better that night than I had in a month. Like I had no leg cramps, no back pain. It's like it supports you on both sides. Plus it's got like, it's shaped like that. So you have a headrest, and then it supports your stomach, it supports your back. You can put it between your legs and it'll help, you know, with your blood flow. It just helped so much. So I'm so glad that she let me borrow that thing because it has been a game changer. I think the belly bump is so cute because it's like all this little round ball on the front. I'll show you guys, hang on. You can see it's all on the front, like so round on the front. I don't know if you can see through my shirt, but there's my belly button. So it's starting to come unfolded. And I think it's so funny, but I just think it's so cute. Usually when he moves, he's usually around here, but he has kicked up here some, which is really funny. That's usually where I see my stomach move, but I love having a baby bump. Like, it's another one of my favorite things about pregnancy. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this pregnancy update. If you stuck with me through all that, you're the bomb, because that was very long, drag out process of me trying to explain what I'm going through right now. So if you watched it all, thank you so much. Please be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can be a part of my YouTube family. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.